everyone. Welcome back to Top Stories Podcast, where we dive marriage challenges and secrets behind some of today's most admired relationships. I'm Ava. In this episode, Terry Crews and Rebecca King Crews, married for 36 years, share how they've kept their bond strong through storms, reconciliation, growth, and faith. Let's walk through their journey, their turning points, and their wisdom for sustaining love over decades. Terry Crews and Rebecca King first met when Terry was a sophomore in college and Rebecca was serving as a music minister in church. They eventually married on July 29, 1989, and they've built a family together with 5 children: Naomi, Azriel, Tara, Winfrey, and Isaiah. In 2025, they celebrated 36 years of marriage, marking the milestone with throwback photos and heartfelt reflections. Even so, their journey hasn't been without serious challenges. As they've shared publicly in interviews, their audio memoir Stronger Together, and media conversations, their marriage has weathered infidelity, secrets, addiction, and spiritual growth. One of the pivotal turning points came around their 20th wedding anniversary, when Terry said it was over. The relationship had nearly collapsed. At that time, Terry had been battling struggles with control, infidelity, and a pornography addiction, issues he eventually acknowledged publicly. Rebecca, understandably, was deeply hurt. The distance grew. She even considered walking away. But instead of ending things, they chose to rebuild, deciding to become stronger together. Healing requires transparency, accountability, therapy, and spiritual work. Terry committed to change. Rebecca accepted the challenge of forgiveness. In their audio memoir Stronger Together, they open up about intimate conversations, some previously shared only in therapy or between them, that helped them navigate that darkest period. They also speak of a moment they call D-Day, when Terry came clean about his infidelity and addiction, and Rebecca confronted long-suspected truths. It shattered their assumptions, but it also opened the door to genuine healing. So, after 36 years, what do Terry and Rebecca point to as the secret that has kept them together? Here's what they emphasize. Love is not just feelings, it's work. Terry often says that in long relationships, feelings fluctuate. What sustains a marriage is consistent effort, patience, and the willingness to grow. Letting go of control. You cannot love someone and control them at the same time, Terry has stated. He learned early that controlling behavior can strangle a partnership. Forgiveness and grace. Rebecca has said that forgiveness is indispensable. You can't hold grudges and sustain a marriage. Grace opens the pathway forward. Faith and spiritual unity. They regularly credit their Christian faith as a bedrock of their relationship. Their walk with God, prayer, and spiritual reflection are integral to how they navigate crises and sustain hope. Communication, transparency, and resetting expectations. They stress that to rebuild trust, one must be fully honest, vulnerable, and willing to reset what they expect from themselves and from each other. Daily, intentional small acts. Even after decades, Terry still talks of small gestures, cooking a meal, spending quality time, making things by hand. Especially for Valentine's Day, he says he doesn't rely on grand gestures, just genuine effort and presence. What stands out in their story is not just the challenges, but the choice they made continually to stay, to repair, to evolve. They say, marriages can pass inflection points where one or both want out, but if only one quits, the relationship ends. Fortunately, they didn't quit at the same moment. Control and fear often masquerade as love. Recognizing where we try to dominate rather than partner is essential. Healing takes time. There are days of doubt, setbacks, and relapses, but the commitment is tested in those valleys. Even after reconciliation, marriage isn't done. They talk about having a new marriage many years in as the people they are change. They believe their story can be a light for couples who feel broken or past help, that rebuilding is hard, but possible. They recently marked their 36th anniversary by sharing throwback photos and acknowledging that their journey is still unfolding. Terry Crews and Rebecca King Crews show us that longevity in marriage doesn't come from perfection, but from persistence, humility, forgiveness, and the courage to rebuild when it's hardest. If their story inspires you, share it with someone who might need hope today. Drop a comment below. What principle from their journey resonates most with you? And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss future stories of love that endures.